Falcons are going to franchise tag Kyle Pitts, right?
Well, I mean, today you can open it up right now. I mean, at 4 o'clock. I think 4 o'clock today starts, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I would think so, Andy. My thing is, I thought about this morning, thing about Kyle, because I'm pretty sure they want to keep Kyle. I think Kyle, because the franchise number is 16, Kyle's going to make more than $16 million on the open market.
That's right.
And David ain't, his agent, and I was thinking like, okay, do you give him extension, say somewhere around 18 a year? Or do you start at 16 a year or average on a multi-year deal? Now, if the tag is 16, I want at least 19 on a year average value, whatever you want to call it. And so you look at it from the standpoint how you can figure it out and say you want 16 is starting point for the guarantee, you add another year, so it's $32 million. 4 years, whatever million, $32 million fully guaranteed. I'm sure you'll go with that.
Because they got to do some agent stuff to make it look like the biggest tight end thing or whatever. Yeah. But, it really starts with 16.
Yeah, it starts at 16.
And how he can make sure that he gets more than that next year.
Yes.
Because on an open market, he's going to get more than that next year.
Yes.
Falcons have the leverage of saying, well, we can just tag you.
Yes.
You'll play on it. But then you run the risk of it getting messy too. Like you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously he wants to hit the open market.
Yes.
His agent wants him to hit the open market.
The way Kyle Pitts, people view him and how he plays when he has pretty good quarterback, play or whatever, he's going to get more than that. Kyle's going to get a hell of a deal.
Is he viewed differently nationally than he is here locally?
Yes.
What do you think that is?
I think what it is?
Yeah.
I think people look at him as a game breaker. I think they look at him as a guy that we get him with us, his potential and everything like that. There's all-pro potential. I think there's all-pro potential in Kyle. I do. Mm-hmm. More consistency will do that. But, I think people view him,
I also think, and I'm not saying that I think this, but I also think that there's a perception around the league of you can't have the level of success there that you can have other places.
Yeah.
That being a Falcon is a handicap, and that going to another place you could thrive.
No doubt.
Yeah. People look at it, they're like, well, he played there.
Because you look at his numbers,
which I don't know if that's true or not.
No, it is true. It is. But you think about this. Look at his year from this past year. Look at his numbers, and we know that again. I don't get upset with Kyle's inconsistency, meaning that I'm not going to, or he don't deserve it like that, or the drop pass against Indy and all. This is a big deal with that happened.
Sure.
But people aren't viewing it like that. They're looking at the final product of what Kyle did. Kyle should be all pro.
Yeah. What they're looking at is look at all he did given the circumstances. We're looking at it from, I watched him every single week, and he was a part of it too.
Yeah, but they're not looking at it.
They're not going to look at it that way.
They're going to look at it
which is a huge benefit to him.